Welcome back, friends. Out for a sunny Sunday ride. We've actually had 2 nice days in a row. And I find myself on the way back up to where I went Friday night, because we've actually had 3 nice days in a row. It's an amazing thing for around here lately. Yeah, I'm cruising back up to Bebby and Bumpa's. They're having a little cookout to christen their new deck. We tried it out Friday night. It was nice. So, do a little bit more formal setting. Yeah, as formal as this crowd can go. But yeah, it'll be fun. Get together with the gang. Have a good time. But yeah, I'm going to use the occasion to tell you a story of another couple. You've heard of Mom and Pa. You've heard of Bebby and Bumpa. I got to tell you about the neighbors. I don't have any nicknames for them individually. Let's just use Jim and Wanda. That'll do. Yeah, way back, I don't know, I guess I was turning 49 or so. Or it's 2009. Had a 9 in it somewhere anyways. I was looking at myself and saying, geez, I'm sitting here paying too much rent for a little apartment. Figure it's time to buy me a condo. And this is when I was out in California, because I didn't figure I could afford a house. So I did a little bit of research and filled out some online form and ended up with an appointment with a guy, and sat down. We started talking and what my financial situation was, which wasn't really bad. Wasn't really good, but wasn't really bad. And I told him that I was looking for a condo because I didn't think I could afford a house, and you know, even though that I knew it was the housing bubble burst a couple years before, and I kind of figured we were right at the bottom of the bubble, so housing prices were probably pretty good, but nowhere near what I could afford. And he says, well, let's take a look at this. And he ran some numbers. He says, in all honesty, I can get you in a house cheaper than I can get you in a condo. He's like, well, I'd like, go ahead, prove it to me, because I'd prefer a house over a condo any day. And we searched and searched and searched. I bet he took me through over 50 houses, and the downside of doing this was on the east side of San Jose, and if you know anything about San Jose, the east side kind of has reputation. But I was like, you know, I'm sure there's a neighborhood, I'm sure there's something, and I ended up putting offers in on a few places, but got outbid. And then I actually put a offer in on the place I ended up buying. Because this is a nice street, you know, everybody on the street had some pride in the property, and you know, you could just tell there was good people that lived there. It was a neat little house. It was old. But anyways, let me get through all that and get to the neighbors. I bought the place, and one day after golf, before I moved in, all my golf buddies came over with me, and we had a, I don't know, 24 pack of beer or something like that, and we went out and stood around the backyard and drank some beers. And it took me about a month to paint the place, and I don't know, I guess it was 3 weeks, but I had one more month on my lease and whatnot. So nights after work, I started moving small stuff over and painting and cleaning and doing what you got to do whenever you buy a new house and whatnot. And never really met my neighbors, and then finally one day rented a U-Haul and moved all the big things that I couldn't move by myself, and we moved into the place and sat around, had a few more beers and whatnot, and I still hadn't introduced myself to any of the neighbors yet. It was like Tuesday night or something like that. 3-4 days after I moved to the house, is, I'll call it a knock on a door, but it was more of a pound. I'm like, geez, can't have pissed anybody off yet, can I? Haven't really done anything. Give me time, I'm sure I will. I open the door and there's the big sumbitch, about my size. And he's kind of looking at me, not really unfriendly, but not really friendly. And he says, hey, I'm your neighbor. I gotta ask you, he says, you just flipping this place or what? And I kind of reached my hand out and I said, well, I'm Jim. And the answer is no, I'm not flipping it. I'm planning on living here until they carry me out. Because in all honesty, I probably can't afford to ever again move. But yeah, you're stuck with me, pal, so you want a beer? The universal, hey, let's just get along. And you see his eyes soften a little bit, and he says, sure. So we sat down, and I had my Dale Earnhardt sweatshirt on. Then we started shooting the shit, and had a couple beers, and we figured out that he wasn't so bad, and I figured out I wasn't so bad. And a few weeks later, I met Wanda. And then I had a cookout a little bit after that to have the golf gang over and invited the neighbors. And long story short, we just became real good friends, where it became a thing every Friday night. They'd come over and we'd have a few cocktails and whatnot, and just really started getting along. But the real story of Jim and Wanda, these people are two of the hardest working people I have ever met. My God, can they work. And they put more work into my place than I did. It's embarrassing to say, but they helped me on all my big projects. They helped transform my backyard from this into this. We actually ended up using it for their daughter's wedding reception. Jim helped me build my tiki bar. Here's stories behind that. But good Lord, we had so much fun at that place. San Jose was getting crazy about the time I bought the house, and it just wasn't any fun going out on the weekends because there were too many people. You had to wait in line for everything. Traffic was nuts. People were insane, so we started just hanging out in the backyard and doing cookouts. And then I had the great idea. I built a table and got another TV, and I strung an extra cable out to the backyard. Then we'd sit there and we'd watch NASCAR races and movies and whatnot, have our cookouts, and God, it was just great fun. Miss those people a lot. Hopefully our paths will cross once again, but with my total discomfort of getting on a plane, maybe if I have enough money in my pockets one of these years, I'll go on a 3-4 month cruise and just ride the Spider all the way across country and visit them, because they moved out literally almost to the day that I did. They're now in Nevada. I'm in New Hampshire. But yeah, I got to tell some more. But yeah, but I'm gonna have to tell a few more stories of Jim and Wanda, because God, they did so much for me. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. So there's the intro to the story of the neighbors. Jim and Wanda, and you'll be hearing their names mentioned some more, I'm sure. But anyways, till next time, ride safe, and thanks for watching.